When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
With the United Nations saying that in the year 2050, 189 million Nigerians will be in the urban area rather than the rural area, is a thing of concern, especially looking at the present crisis as it concerns waste disposal. What should the country do to prepare ahead is a major question. And the one I'll be asking later, but for now I want to quickly welcome you to Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. My name is Michael Gobadia.
Good morning, I am Mercy Erabo. Welcome to Viewpoint. Without wasting much of our time, let's go into the dailies. And for today we have The Punch, The Leadership, The Nation, Guardian, and Vanguard. For today, let's start with The Punch.
Well, anyways, on the Punch newspaper, always a screamer, is ASU and Vice Chancellors decries professors 525,000 naira monthly pay. And a writer to that says, Don insists on salary review as senior lecturers earn 386,000 naira. And education labor ministers meet today. But I'll tell you to meet up that story more on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Let's quickly see if we take some other stories beneath the picture of the day. Jailed monarch Oshun to obtain U.S. court judgment is also a screamer on page 11. And Lagos man killed in fight, a sad one. The suspect is arrested, but you can get more of that story on page 5 of the Punch newspaper. Nigerians spent 1.3 trillion on petrol in June. And you can get more of that report on page 18. But let's see if we take some other leading stories, especially at the top mass of the Punch newspaper, and see if we can get some other major headlines right there. And the major headline that seems to be a screamer there is 2027 party members can challenge Tinubu, says APC on page 11. And APC mocks, not me, but ADC over chairmanship tussle. And more of that tussle should be on page 21 of the Punch. Federal government nets 393 billion naira tax from Dangote, 9 others. Is a cheering one for the economy on page 17. And Jonathan demands credible INEC chair decries defection. But don't defect from that news. Go to page 7 and you get more of it. But let's see if we take the picture of the day on the Punch, and is that of internet fraudsters. About 37 of them that were arrested in Taraba State. Funny enough, Taraba State. And well, that's according to the EFCC. And you can just quickly get that picture of the day right there on the front page of the Punch. And you can see things that were seized from them. But that's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper.
All right, let's go to the leadership. Let's see what they have for us today. And the major story says residents fighting bandits with stones made me buy arms. And who is saying this? Castina lawmaker. And you can get that story on page 4 of the paper. Let's go to the top mass. Federal government has to meet today to avert strike. And that can be found in page 7 of the paper. Governor Yusuf raises committee to investigate abattoir sale by Gamzuji. That story is still on page 7 of the leadership paper. Let's go to the site mass. Mother, 3 children die in Zaria building collapse. That story is a very sad one, and it is on page 7. Federal government unveils a 750 billion naira pension bond. That story is on page 18. Alake orders shutdown of illegal gold sites in Federal Capital Territory, and that is on page 7. Let's see if we can still take more. Guinea's Baltasar in Conga gets 8 years jail term after sex scandal, and that story is on page 20 of the paper. To the bottom, mass Niger Republic Prime Minister Sultan of Damagran and others celebrate Hausa Day in Dora. Well, that story is on page 12 of the paper. And the picture of the day is that of a protesters demonstration outside the NNPCL headquarters in Abuja. And that's all we'll be taking on the leadership this morning. Let's go to the Nation. Let's see what it has for us. The major headline here says 2027, why Jonathan won't run. And the writer to the story says ex-president would allow disruption of South solidarity. And that story is on page 2 of the paper. Let's go to the top mass. Federal government also talks raise truths hope, and that story is on page 4. I have opted out of 2027 race and party's interest, says Bala. That story is still on page 2 of the paper. Ondo bans graduation of primary school and GSS 3 pupils. That story is on page 5. 104,000 minimum wage excites Imo workers. We'll be doing this on Trendy. That story is on page 4 of the paper. Let's go to the bottom mass. Emerging economies models are goal. The writer to the story says President assures Nigerians. That story is on page 3 of the Nation. Let's see, judiciary is on trial, says Federal High Court Chief Judge, and the story is on page 3 of the paper. Police to arraign Sowore for false publication, forgeries, September 15th, and that story is on page 4 of the paper. And the picture of the day, you can see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu standing with top officials of the Nigerian Exchange Group and other government representatives during a meeting at the State House. That's all we're taking this morning on the Nation. Let's see what the Guardian has for us this morning. How waning funding legal aids keep 53,460 pretrial inmates in jail. The story is on page 6 of the paper. Let's go to the top mass. Alausa moves to resolve ASU crisis as federal government meets union today. The story is on page 3 of the paper. Tinubu justifies bitter appeals of reform, Lord citizens' patience. The story is on page 3. Ondo joins states banning graduation ceremonies in nursery, junior secondary schools. The story is on page 7. Let's go to the bottom mass. Igbo leaders demand binding MOU for 2027 support as AFGA backs Tinubu. That story is on page 6 of the paper. Falana Ezekwesili Sule tax lawyers on socio-economic rights, Electoral Act. That story is on page 4. Ganduje faces fresh probe over alleged sale of public property, and that's on page 29. Let's see, Osho at 34. Adeleke scores administration high, warns against dirty politics. That story is on page 5. And for the picture of the day, we can see prison bars with hands gripping them. So it symbolizes trapped inmates without trials in Nigerian prisons. And that's all we're taking on the Guardian this morning. Let's go to the Vanguard.
And on the Vanguard, which will be the last paper for review today, our leading story right there says 2027 presidency, zoning causes rumpus, and PDP intensifies move toward Jonathan. And you can war yourself with that story on page 5. But right after that, ex-president still consulting says sources, PDP zoning decision won't stand. I'm not saying that, but Hassan seems to be screaming out that loud on page 5. But let's go to the top mass of the Vanguard because of time and see if we take some others. Still talking about Jonathan. Jonathan slams defection, seeks electoral reform. It's a screamer on page 9. As our federal government has to meet today, Aloasa leads push to resolve issues. And a whole lot of students will be looking more on that story on page 9 to see whether they will still remain in campus or go home. Uzodinma raises minimum wage to 104,000, Imo workers jubilate. I now know why that seems to be trending, but then we get more of that on trending and get more on page 11. Capital market surge proves investors' confidence in Nigerians' reform. President Tinubu seems to be screaming out that loud on page 19. But then no problem. Let's see if we take some other leading stories just beneath the picture of the day as we try to wrap up things today. And sad report on page 8. 762 Nigerians killed by kidnappers in 1 year as Presidency National Security Advisor Police Headquarters CTC keep mum. But anyway, don't keep mum. Get more of that story on page 8. Voters or voter apathy aids bad leaders. Christian Association of Nigeria warns Nigeria on page 13. I await full briefing on Abuja Kaduna train disaster. And I'm not surprised President Tinubu seems to be saying that on page 7. 2027, our presidential ticket open despite endorsing Tinubu. And APC seems to be telling other Nigerians. And 2026 qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, Super Eagles will prove doubters wrong. I'll be one person that will be happy to be proved wrong on whether they will qualify. But, well, the coach, Chile, seems to have that. But just like every other paper, or two other papers, the picture of the day is more of the president with top government functionaries during a sideline meeting at Brazil when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his entourage visited there just 2 days back. Well, that's the much you can take from the Vanguard newspaper and in all the papers today. I'll just really implore you to grab a copy of any of them, read and see if you'll be really informed. And well, information doesn't keep you deformed. But anyway, what I'll tell you to do is still stick around and be with us on Viewpoint. Let's quickly go on a break. And when we come back, well, dialogue will be next, right here on Viewpoint. Now, waste disposal in Nigeria is becoming more of a significant problem. And indeed, it's characterized by low formal waste collection rates, especially only under 30% of such is being adequately disposed of. And not only that, it's also being faced with a whole lot of issues like weak regulatory enforcement and a reliance on informal sector practices and open dumping, leading to substantial health and environmental issues. Efforts are underway, however, to improve the situation through innovative focusing on waste reintroduction, especially as it concerns private sector partners and entrepreneurs recycling to create a circular economy according to waste management efforts. With the United Nations projected that Nigerian urban population will grow significantly, adding about 189 million, the contending issue of waste disposal that is indeed having a negative bearing as it concerns the country. And that's what we're having as a major discourse today on the dialogue. And to truly help us talk about this, we have no other person but Mr. Felix Unumadu is an environmentalist and also the Assistant Secretary of the Nigerian Environmental Society Delta State Chapter. Good morning and welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me, and good morning, viewers.
Well, thank you also for joining us. And well, it's one problem that many Nigerians feel we need to talk about, and the issue of waste disposal and how it seems to be affecting a whole lot of us. Now, let's quickly come to our discussion because I want us to set the tone of this discussion in looking at it. Are we already in a crisis as it concerns waste disposal in the country?
Yes, as it is right now, we're already in a crisis.
Okay.
Because you can see the impact of waste management. You know, when you have waste management, that means you can mismanage it as well as managing it properly. Yes. Yes. So when you look at the environment, for instance, you look at the issue of flooding. Yeah. It is also associated by improper waste management. Okay. Because those waste, they find a way to block the waterways. Okay. Then they also find a way to the sea, whereby affecting the aquatic lives as well. So it affects even food chain processes, and then so many things. You have health issues associated with it. You can even add a crisis, like you have issue of the herders, farmers. Yeah. Is also related to waste management as well. So there are holistically, when you want to talk about waste, is a concept of its own entirely, especially when it concerns Nigeria as a developing country.
Well, anyway, thank you for really emphasizing how really much of a crisis we seem to be. But a quick one before we really dive deep into it. Do you feel we're doing enough?
No. We have not even started.
I'm talking about government on all levels. We're talking about the local, state, and federal, and also we Nigerians, normal Nigerians. Do you feel we're doing enough to avert or even contain this crisis?
No, sir. When you look at the cadres, like I said, we have not even started doing anything. As an individual, as a government, both local and the state and the federal. When you come to government aspect, you see that there are so many laws that were supposed to be enforced, but you have weak enforcement. So these...
But what you're saying, we have the required laws?
Yes, we do. Like, let me take, for instance, the recent one, this plastic now. There is a law by NESRA, a regulation, Plastic Waste Management Regulation of 2021. Okay. But nobody seems to talk about it. It is not even displayed on anywhere. You don't know the laws. Okay. But it's existing. So you have weak enforcement. People hardly talk about proper waste management. Even the government aspect, when you go to their facilities, you don't seem to see proper waste management in line. So that is also because when government does not have proper waste management, you see that other people also will follow suit because they emulate government actions. So when you look at that, we now say we've not started. Then coming to us as a person, for example, if I ask you, do you do waste segregation? Did you classify your waste at home? You know, all we do, we call them domestic waste, good and fine. But you have, for example, the biodegradables, the food remnants. You are supposed to separate them from the paper. You are supposed to separate them from the plastics, for example. You are supposed to also separate them from every other with like woods and whatever that you have at home. But what we do, we join all of them together in a waste bin, and then we call waste vendors to evacuate them. So first of all, to get it right, we have to imbibe that practice of proper waste segregation from the source. Even as at home, we're not talking about corporate bodies now, company for example, but we are talking about individual from the home. You should have separate basket for different waste classification. That is what we have to start with. Then also what we have failed to see is that waste is also a wet.
Yeah.
Before I will continue, I think I would like to bring some concept of waste into it so that we understand this.
Okay.
What actually is a waste? A waste is an item that is not useful to the holder at that particular time. You can also say a waste is a property or an item not properly utilized. So when you have a property that you don't utilize, for example, you have a used cloth that you don't want to use it again. You don't want to use it as rag. Then you don't want to use it for recycling. You don't want to do anything about it.
You don't want to dispose it.
You don't want to even dispose it properly. So that is where it comes from. That the same used cloth is useful to somebody else somewhere. It can be recycling to produce other things. But you can dump it somewhere, and before you know, you start heaping it up there, and it becomes crisis at home. Then at the end, you pack it and throw outside. Then from outside, floods comes, when it's raining, it carries them. Or sometimes, our practice again nowadays is that most residents, when they see that it is raining, it is an opportunity for them to throw their waste into the running waters so that it will carry them. But the question they refuse to ask themselves, where is the end of this waste I'm turning into this water? They don't ask themselves that question. So when you have items that you are not utilizing, that is not of use to you again, that you see that the value, it is of the value to you, what do you do about it? That's the question. What you are supposed to do, you ask yourself, this item that is the value to me, is actually value to somebody else? What we call waste here sometimes is a raw material to produce other things. When you want to talk about recycling, then that recycling, I also want to break it into two. In recycling, you have what we call upcycling and downcycling. Now, when we talk about upcycling is where you use a material to produce an upper and superior quality material from the same. For example, this shirt I'm wearing. If I decide to change it, sew it together so this trouser and become a coverall, is upcycling. You see that?
So it's still effective, it's still being used, but you're now upgrading it to something else.
Thank you. I've upgraded it to something better to what I have before. Then when you talk about downcycling, the downcycling are those materials that you process to turn them into raw materials. For example, this shirt I'm wearing, if I decide to maybe grind it and use it to produce other things, or if I change my long sleeve to short sleeve, that becomes downcycling. So you're seeing the difference.
So in all, waste means a whole lot, especially as it concerns Nigeria. Now let's come to our local term. According to the United Nations, and especially some other major agency, it claims that Nigeria won't have what we trash is just 20 to 30% of what is required. Just like what you said. We seem to be heaping it up, and at the end we discard in a very informal way. But let's come to it. Now, let's look at it holistically. Do you feel that, apart from the laws not being followed, do you feel when it comes to proper disposal, the government have been effective in bringing, because what we stated, especially in our introduction, we talked about the need of private partner participation, which is a critical role, or plays a critical role, not just in Nigeria itself, but other developed climes. Now, do you feel there is that synergy between the government and this private partnership to help deal with proper waste disposal? Especially, I want us to just centralize it to Delta State itself.
Okay, thank you. Looking at Delta State as a whole, before I go further, I would even like to appreciate the Atlantic TV for this initiative, because it's a way of
awareness.
Yes, it's a way of creating
which
awareness
seems to be low
and education. So it also enhances good environmental behaviors. So Atlantic, they don't only take it as social responsibility, but in fact, I'm seeing it as sustainability in business.
Okay.
So,
Thank you
kudos
so
to
much.
Atlantic.
Thank you so
Okay, having said that, now when you look at the private and the government itself,
Yeah.
you see that there is a whole lot of disconnect.
Okay.
Initially, government will tell you that we are partner, we are doing PPE, for example.
Yes.
Okay, let me bring it to Delta State. You know, we have this board of waste,
environmental.
No, I'm trying to get the name now, but is a board in charge of waste management. Delta State Waste Management Board.
Okay.
Yes, the head office is in Asaba. Now they came with this private partnership. They call their own PP. Now the PPP they introducing. Now they will ask me to register as a private practitioner. I will register. Then they give me the backing, give me the papers as a letter to resident.
As
to
accredited,
yes,
accredited waste disposal.
Then I go to those both corporate bodies and residentials. I give them the letter, then introduce myself as a government accredited waste disposer to them. Then do you know that after they, for example, when they have engaged me, then I start evacuating the waste. After 2 weeks, you see that I might stop coming to evacuate the waste because one, I might have dump site crisis.
Okay.
Even me, I am not into waste, I'm not segregating them. Now what I'm supposed to do is that when I carry those waste, since it's not segregated from the socks, then I should have a kind of a segregated area or a segregated facility where I separate each of these waste. Plastic, clothing, even food remnants, you separate them like that.
Or degradables.
Yes, now you have the one that are decay, which we refer to as biodegradables.
Okay.
The one that they cannot decay is they are non-biodegradables.
Okay.
Now, when I have done this, the plastic, for example, I can sell them.
Okay.
To make.
So it's even additional fund.
So it's additional fund to me as a practitioner. Then those the biodegradables, for example, the food remnant, I can even decide to decompose them to turn them into organic manures. You understand? So what we actually even call waste is not even waste. They are not waste. It's either they are raw materials or they are a kind of another source of income in these guys. Okay. You understand? Now let me also tell you this concept about waste. What is waste is also determined by the availability of technology, the place where that place is generated, and the usability of that material. Okay. You understand? What you are using at a particular time might be a waste to somebody else at that particular time. You understand? So,
okay, now, before further and going into the business part of waste disposal, I want us to still remain with the basic. Okay, and you talked about the private partnership, especially as it concerns with disposal.
Yes.
Now, one major crisis that seems to be hitting us, especially in Delta State and some other part of the country, is the dump sites. Many times we see these dump sites not managed properly. Nobody seems to have total control on how these disposable are being dumped by these private partnership companies. And they're always almost at the outskirts of every town. And the stench and also the way they dispose of this waste is always a problem. Now, let's come to that because we're still talking about waste management. Yes. Our dump sites are something else. I could still remember just in July itself, the Delta State government, especially that of the environment, also partnered with you people to deal with some dump sites, especially in Sapele, Asaba, and Uzoro, some major towns. And at the end of it, it was seen that there was no strong regulation, especially from the government side or other bodies that were mandated to deal with these persons. They come to your house, pick them, you pay them, and they go dump it wherever they want to dump it. So let's bring that back because we're talking about the issue of flooding and improper waste management. Now, sir, why are we at this point, especially in the 21st generation as a state and a country?
Okay.
That nobody seems to manage these people on how they dispose this.
Yes.
They are disposing my waste, but disposing it wrongly.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think the effects, I would say, is lack of awareness those people.
On the part of who?
On the part of those
Private partners.
Those private partners. And it's also, should I call it either negligent or in the part of government? Because what you are supposed to do, when you have a private partnership arrangement, what you should do first is to train those people. Number one, and another question I want to ask, the question is that what are the criteria of recruiting those private partners? That's one.
Okay.
Then, if you know those people that are not experts in that field, then you are supposed to train them. Then they should learn on the job if you must use them. Okay. Now, when you look at the issue of dump site, how do you acquire a dump site, for example? Okay, let me break it down for you. For you to get a dump site as best practices, first, you get a land. Though that land should be asked some parameters from residential.
Who gets it? Is it the government or the private partner?
It's two ways.
Okay.
In fact, to get a proper regulation, government is supposed to own
The
all
dump
dump
site.
sites. Yes.
All, okay.
All. Government is supposed to own. And do you know that I can tell you authoritatively that I don't see government own any dump site now in Delta State.
Wow.
Delta State government, they don't own any dump site. Those dump sites you are seeing, they are kind of private or individuals that open up a place. For example, you have a canal, even the worst, you have a canal, and they now said, okay, this land, I want to reclaim it.
Okay.
So they tell people to come and be dumping their waste and all that, and at the end of the day, it becomes a dump site. Okay. But that is wrong. What are you supposed to do? You acquire a land, some acres of land, then you do environmental impact assessment of that place. Yeah. Now, why do you want to do it? You do it to know the environmental characteristics of that environment. Then you also determine whether it has social impact on the resident. Then you also project development, like the urbanization we're talking about. You project development. You ask yourself, in 2 years, in 20 years, would be
development come there, buildings come around there.
And when building comes around there, what do we do? Those are the questions. You should also have reclamation plan in place, like remediation. When you are done, that you have said that, okay, the whole place is now, they are now residential, development have reached that place. What do you do to that environment? How do you reclaim it? These are what you are supposed to have in your EIA. When you have done that, it goes through scrutiny. Then the government will now approve it. When they have approved it, you now get accreditation later to operate a dump site. You are supposed to have a certification to operate a dump site. When you have done that, then there should be a regulation, like monitoring from the part of the government to monitor if you are following what is contained in the EIA and your EMP, the Environmental Management Plan, that is a part of the EIA.
So all of this naturally comes from the government.
So all of
especially
this,
as it's more of an agreement between them and the PPA.
Yes, and the PPA.
Now, let's still look at that, because we're also being faced with a whole lot of problems. They might come to a place, pick the waste, and even as they are going, they don't have tarpaulins to cover this waste.
Thank you.
They fall on our roads. Nobody goes there to pick them up.
Yes.
It becomes an eyesore. It's not just an eyesore. It becomes more of an environmental problem. Now, do you know? I'm just asking. I want to get clarification. Especially Deltans and Nigerians would like to get clarification.
Yes.
Does the government sanction any of them on account of this? Have you seen any sanction being meted on these PPPs on account of improper and inadequate disposal of their waste, especially as it concerns plying our roads?
Okay, sorry.
Because I do know sometimes they work with your organization.
Yes, they do. But sorry if I may sound this way. I think government is accomplice in this matter. You understand? Because why I said that, in the first place, we have advocated, register these people.
Are you saying these persons are not registered? Because we see them come to different residents and show us their registration as being accredited waste management company, and yet you are saying most of them are not registered?
Okay, let me break it down. Maybe I'm messing up somehow. But let me make it this way. You know, there are some that pushes wheelbarrow.
Yes, most certainly.
Now, those people, we refer to them as scavengers most times. Now, those people, You also know that they are in the net
of waste disposal.
waste disposal. So
Yeah.
those people, they also go to carry waste. You understand? That is on one side. Those people, they are not registered at all.
Most certainly.
They are not known. Then the other part, there are the people that go, especially from the waste management board. They get registered from the waste management board, get a vehicle, and then they start the business.
And those are the ones I'm talking that violates this.
Yes, okay, so let me tell you why I say government is accomplice in that one now. When you give certification or accreditation, as we call it, to somebody to carry out an activities, you did not promote the vehicle is using, you did not look at the person's activity, the facilities he has. Now, when I apply, as a best practice, when I apply to manage waste, I'm supposed to show you evidence of my facility. My vehicle should be inspected to see that it's in order, it will not break down on the way. Because most time when you look at it, you see that most of these vehicles, not even littered, they break down on the road, they are left for even weeks or months, you understand? The place smells, when you report, they will tell you, we're on it, we're on it, we're on it. Then before you know, most times it is even rain that helps to water those things away. You understand? So what I'm saying is I'm still putting it to
Squarely
the part
on
of,
the
squarely
part
on
of
government. What I'm putting it squarely on government is that if I employ somebody to work for me, once I employ that person, I should give the person terms of reference. I should be able to monitor the person.
So you feel there's no strong regulatory or regulation from that of the government?
There are regulations, but there are no enforcement.
Enforcement.
Enforcement is actually the problem.
Okay, well, anyway, that's what we're trying to enforce here, or rather talk about. And we're looking at the issue of the crisis that seem to be staring us in the face, especially as it concerns waste disposal. It's been stated that in the coming years, we'll be having 189 million Nigerians leaving the rural area, coming to the urban area, and not just only causing crisis as it concerns plenty persons in one area, but also the issue of waste disposal will definitely be one that we'll be talking about in the coming years ahead. And also the United Nations recently said that we generate nothing less than 32 million tons of waste annually. And that for many is a huge one. But should it not also be a source of income to those persons that will be disposing this, especially as it concerns other climes? I'm talking about United States, Canada, and other developed countries, as they try to also manage their waste, but also turn into wealth. But anyway, that's discussion still on the table on dialogue today. We're looking at that crisis as we also look at its impact on the environment. And that's where I need to come back to you, Mr. Felix.
Okay.
Now, let's look at what impact this waste, especially when it is not disposed of properly, what impact does it have on us as a people? Yeah, you made mention of flooding will be really a direct hit of lack of proper disposal of all of this. But let's look generally. We're talking about health-wise. We're talking about also how it also affects the environment. Let's look at this all holistically.
Okay, so if I want to look at it holistically, if you permit me, I'm even going to look at the economic part of it.
Okay.
Not only the health, not only the environment, but also the economic part of it.
I would like us to start with the health because just 2 weeks ago, it was stated that about 37 Nigerians lost their life on account of cholera.
Yes.
And if you look at it, it was just because of improper waste disposal. Yes. So, and cholera has now hit nothing less but 21 states in the country, and many Nigerians are dying on account of it. So let's look at the health implications.
Okay, so first, let's run down the health implications.
Yes.
Improper waste disposal have a lot of health issues. Just like you mentioned now, the cholera outbreak is as a result of improper waste disposal. Then you also have other diseases. When you test every Nigerian now, you are likely to test positive to malaria.
Okay.
Now, all these waste, when you accumulate them, they kind of breed to rodents and other agents that can cause harm to
Lassa fever is there. We are facing a problem.
Then let's even not talk about we are talking about the physical, what it can cause the body. Let's look at the psychological part of it. Have you noticed that when you pass through where there's a huge of, let me call them dump, let me not even call it dump site, huge of waste somewhere, how do you feel? Emotionally, you turn somehow, psychologically. So it does not only impact you, both your psychology, every part of your being. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you look at what improper waste disposal has caused in the health part, in some parts of the society, when some children dies, people will say, in this part we believe in witches and wizards.
Yeah.
But we forget to understand that improper waste management can also cause that. Because that child, because he has not actually developed the few immune system to absorb and to fight against those things, we call them vulnerables.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, also, somebody that have, for example, asthma.
Yes.
For example, if he go to where you have those waste, the smell alone can trigger a crisis. Are you seeing it? So, both breathing, in fact, improper waste management causes both air pollution, it causes soil pollution. You understand? So many things. So what we are supposed to do as a person to curb these menace, especially the cholera and other outbreaking diseases, is to actually have a safe environment where we manage our waste properly. Because if I want to talk about the health impact, for example, that means I have to go fully into medical.
Okay, well, we'll let you remain where you are.
Statement, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
I also tell you that improper waste management can also lead to cancer. You ask me how.
Yeah.
You understand? But there are studies that show that there are carcinogenic items. For example, when you dispose improperly plastic, you understand? That plastic finds its way to the waterways, and those microplastics find their way to your body. What happens to your system? So that's why you have a lot of cancers today. You understand? So that is also as a result of improper waste management. So it causes discomfort, breathing discomfort when you cannot breathe well. In fact, it also goes as long as lung damage. You understand? Because of those particles that is being emitted from those sources.
Okay. Now, as much as we've talked about the health implication, I want us now to come to the environment.
Okay.
We've just looked at what it means for Nigerians, individuals. Now, let's come to the environment, because that's where you stand, and that's where your society seems to be screaming it out loud, that more needs to be done as it concerns proper waste disposal. How really impactful, in a negative trend, is improper waste disposal to the environment?
Okay, when you look at for example, let's start from the soil, like I mentioned, soil pollution. When the soil is polluted, when you have introduction of those organisms into the soil, that damages the soil. You understand? One, when it damages the soil, it reduces the soil fertility.
Okay.
So it has that effect on the soil as part of the environment. Then, like I also talked about air pollution, for example. Yeah. When this like we generally call it smell, but when they are fumed, those videos are kind of filmed. When they are filmed out, you understand, they go to the air, they act with the air. And also forget that most of these waste, they contain methane, some of them even contain CO2, you understand, so many
other chemicals
that act with the environment. And also, if I also tell you that waste management also is one of the factors that contribute to global warming. You understand? Because when these chemicals are introduced, what they do is that they deplete the ozone. When the ozone layer is depleted, now when the sun comes to the earth like a kind of infrared, the radiation, when it radiates in the air, it's supposed to act, then go back. But now, what does it do? These chemicals, especially the CO2 and other, act together, they form a shield to the ozone layer. So when those heat interact in the earth, they don't have escape.
So are you saying that's why we seem to have warmer seasons that seems to be really hot? Because we could also see experience early this year, January, February to be precise, the heat wave was extremely far than how it was in previous years. Are you saying this is also a major contribution?
Yes, it's also a major contribution. Because like I was trying to say, let me give you an example with your car. If you park your car under the sun and wind up, you see that once you open the car, that car will be very hot.
Most certainly.
Most certainly hot. Have you asked yourself why is it hot? Because his sun is able to penetrate into the car, but there's no escaping route to go out. So that is the same thing that happens. And don't also forget that you know, people, when they are not aware, they will tell you that our forefathers have been doing this. Let me give you a simple illustration. If I need 100 cubic of CO2 to deplete ozone layer, my forefathers, they have emitted like 80. The ozone layer have not been depleted though, they have emitted 80. Me, I added the 20. Then the ozone layer is depleted. Are you going to blame it on my forefather or me?
You also not adding to your own quota.
Thank you. So that is what they don't understand. They feel that this thing has been on, so we continue doing it. But not forgetting that when we are talking about impact, most of them, they are cumulative.
So is it why we're now seeing more rainfalls? Because I asked this question especially to a guest last week. Because if you look at it, in the north, we've experienced the worst flooding in the history of the country in recent times. And that was not the case. Normally in the south is when we experience more flooding. But recently, we've experienced more flooding and deaths in the north, in Niger State to be precise, where we lost about 302 persons in one day on account of flooding. So are you saying all of this can also lead to global warming, more rainfalls, especially around these places? Hence, we are neck deep in the issue of flooding.
In fact, you have even answered it. When you say global warming, what does global warming heat up the earth? You understand? So when the glacier, the polar ice, they are melting, what do you expect? Those polar ice, they are kind of blocked water. Let me use the simple parlance. They are kind of blocked water. So when it's met, what do you expect? You expect those water to run down. And it also causes sea rise. You understand? So when the earth is overheated, it causes those melting of polar ice causes sea rise. And when sea rises above its own ways, what do you expect? It find another way out. So it's even the cause. The global warming is the cause of most of the flooding and other negative impacts we are seeing. You understand? Okay. Like what we refer to the environment, we said anthropogenic, that is human activities contributing to either environmental degradation, the biologs, and so many things. And let me tell you, know, this theory, that now brings me down to this theory when they tell you that the world will end. Let me give you a practical example. If the environment has a way of revolving itself, if, for example, there's an earthquake, when the ground opens and the old thing enters, won't the ground covers back?
Most certainly.
So the world will remain, but the human activity can, in fact, what we do is that, what we don't know is that a threat, when we are threatening the environment, it's not a threat to the environment, it's our lives. It's a existential threat.
To us.
Yes, it's human existential threat. Because at the end, it is the human, those life organisms that will give way. Why?
The earth will regenerate
themselves.
Okay, now, we're not regenerating the discussion, but moving ahead with it. Now, let's come back to the issue of wealth as it concerns waste disposal.
Yes.
Because if you look at other climes, they've been able to manage their waste. I've even seen recently that waste is even an opportunity to generate energy.
Thank you.
We've seen that in more developed climes. Yes, and even more research is being made to see how these can degrade and give out not green energy or green gas, but energies that are able to indeed power a whole lot of things. Now let's come back to Nigeria. We've also seen in recent time there have been an effort to also see how we can turn our waste to wealth. A clear example is in local term, they are scavengers, but we call them iron condemned.
Yes.
Now, before now, years ago, we're talking about the 1890s and early 2000s, iron was something that was more of a problem for Nigerians.
Yes.
There was no way we could dispose of them. They are very hard to degrade, especially when you put them on the soil. So having this iron condemned have indeed, or scavengers, like we do know, have been able to help us recycle the issue of iron. And I do know we have Nigerian companies that buy these scrap metals and use them to make rods and other iron that we do need. So that's a plus as it concerns recycling of our waste. In recent time, we've also seen plastic, especially water bottles, being picked from the ground, sold back, and also used to recycle it. So in every way, there's wealth in disposable materials, which is right. But I want us now to further our discussion, because we'll not be neck deep in this crisis if we can, in every way, turn this waste into proper wealth. Now, where are we getting it wrong, and what do we need to do as a people to turn this waste into proper wealth?
Okay, what we need to do, though I will not want to go to part of government at this time.
No, please. Let's talk to us as individuals and see how private firms can also come in and help out.
Private firms and individuals, they can go into waste management, thereby creating more work. Just like you gave example, you have so many collection center now for plastics, where people go, they scared, they buy. And you know that everything now is buyable in Nigeria. Everything. Even these cartons, these empty cartons, they buy the papers, they buy them. Even this, what we refer to as cellophane, this one-use plastic that you use one of.
Pure water and all of that.
And all that. You know they are recyclable as well. People buy them. But the only challenge we have is we are not aware. It's lack of awareness. You understand? And why I also must refer to government is that government, though all of us have our own part to play, but from the part of government, government should be able to enforce regulations and create that systematic operational
enabling
environment for operation, for smooth operation. If government have that systematic processes in place, you see that every other individuals will follow suit. Like those people we call oil condemn now. You also know that in as much as they are making something out of it, though what they are making is peanuts, if it is properly organized, they will make more living from it, and their health will be protected. Because as you are seeing them, they are exposed to so many illnesses and diseases, which the money they get from it will not be able to cater for them. So what we need to do is to have that strategic organization.
Okay.
For example, I think like Nigerian Environmental Society and every other organization, women organization, just like what you are also promoting now, the other television houses should also create more awareness on this management of. Once that is done, that is on one part. When people are sensitized to know that they can even invest their money. There are so many people in Nigeria that have dormant of millions, some have billions in their account, in their bank account. It's not operational. But when they invest this money into this waste business, they will be surprised what they will make out of it.
But the feeling of Papa Waste, Baba Waste, that name, it's also scaring a whole lot of persons. But I do know Nigerians, when they see that a whole lot of money comes in, they do not really care about the name. So how can the government also make it a bit attractive? Do you feel more regulation has to come? Do you feel more concession has to be given by the government on account of this person to see how they can better establish themselves and make work out of it? Okay. And also tax comes back to the government, which is revenue.
Thank you. For me, I think government have enough regulations.
Okay.
They have enough regulation.
Okay,
they have
so
enough
it's all about implementation.
What they are lacking is implementation. And also, like you said, if they can create this enabling environment, you can create a program like when people write proposals to submit their intention. If it is given to Bank of Industry, this smart and small and medium business skills enterprises, you can create that avenue. Then you submit your proposal. When they look at it, that it is okay, they fund it, then they monitor you. Or on a better side, the government can also say, okay, let's these Bank of Industries go into creation of these companies. You understand? Let them establish this company as part of their parastatal. Then they'll be the one to supervise and manage it. Why people they contribute? When you do that, you will now create a lot of employment. You understand? Then another one again, we as an individual, What is my own? If I start, like I said when I started, if I start by separating the waste segregation now, what we call waste segregation, I have plastic in one place, I tie them, I have a food remnant. Though food remnant might not stay that long.
Yeah.
So, but you also know that, like, okay, let me give you this example. Many people, when they go to occasions, you see them carrying a polythene of remnant of food.
Yeah.
Most time, some give those food to their dogs, while some turn those food into organic manures. So if government can create that facility, or individual, like I mentioned before, well-meaning individual can come up, said, okay, let's create this facility. When you have so food, you come and they contribute. Like when you go to advanced countries, like you mentioned before, like in Canada and US, when you have a plastic, there's a machine, you slot it. When you slot it, money comes out from it. You don't need to stand with anybody and say, scale up, you understand, negotiate. So even if those that cannot go into, like they don't have the time to accumulate those waste, it's also money.
So it's more like an incentive from the government to help them dispose of their waste properly.
Of their waste. And don't also forget, like in Nigeria, we have this pollutant pay principle.
Yes.
Also, you understand? Most of these organizations, they donate money to government for these causes. You understand? Now the question is that when you go to so many corporate bodies, so many companies, they pay for ecology, they pay for effluent discharge permit, they pay for even waste discharge bond. All they pay those revenue to government. You understand? Now when they pay those revenue to government, and you as an expert tell them, this thing is wrong, they say, I beg, we have paid. You understand?
So you give them that leverage to do what they need to do.
What they do. But if government, like you say, if government can create that incentive, when you come up with a concept, this is what we have for you. You understand? Like in this plastic we are talking about, do you know how plastic came into being? This plastic, there was a bounty place in United States that if you come up, you know, because after the World War, they see that like the rubber and all those things that are getting their distinct item from, they are reduced drastically. So they needed to come up with something and even stronger, an idea that is stronger. And they place a bounty that if you can produce something that is as strong, that can last for so time, you have, I think then it was $1 billion then.
So it was even something, a creation of the government of the United States that brought plastic into Now, talking about that, because time is not a friend, we're almost out of time. A quick one. Now, we're still talking about ways of really addressing this, and we're still looking at the wealth creation part of it. Don't you feel, with the estimate that's given by the United Nations, that 189 million Nigerians will leave their villages, will leave their local domain, and come down to urban centers before the year 2050, which many will feel is a long time from now, but funny enough, it's almost fast approaching. Don't you feel also it's time for the government, knowing that our president in recent time has been shuttling overseas trying to look for foreign investors? Don't you feel it's also time how we can also help to bring in more developed companies that are dealing with waste management, especially recycling? Don't you feel that will also create an avenue for other Nigerians who will always want to wait and see the outcome of whether this is profitable or not, to also key into the business? Is it not time for government to partner with other developed clients to see how they can bring in proper waste management companies into the country?
Okay.
Your reaction to that?
Yes, thank you very much for that. But what I would say is that nobody will front your project more than you do.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So, for example, if our president and our government officials go out, are you sure, are they placing those waste management options on the table? That's another question.
That's the question, and that's what I'm asking.
So, if they are placing those, then we should encourage them to place waste management as one of the options. Because what you hear them, financing infrastructure, want to build road, we have secure so from so country to build road.
But if the wastes are there and litter everywhere, would the beauty of all of that show?
So they should also have that partnership that said, okay, we will now have a company that have huge interest on building the waste management facility. You understand? And another thing again, I think from the National Orientation and Gossip, just like what you guys are doing, they should intensify awareness on waste management. And they should let people know that the waste you are not managing properly, it's not actually the waste that is affecting, because the waste is lifeless. You understand?
It's the mismanagement of it.
When you mismanage the waste itself is lifeless. So you are mismanaging your own health and environment. So once we have that concept, then we'll change our orientation, because nobody wants to die.
Okay.
You understand?
Anyway, we'll not mismanage our time, but rather stick with it. And I need to say we're really out of time. And but before we do this, I need to thank you so much. I'm talking of Mr. Felix Unumadu. He's the environmentalist and also the Assistant Secretary of the Nigeria Environmental Society, Delta State Chapter, for coming around and giving us an awareness. Undermining the wealth, we've not seen the wealth, always management, but giving us a critical idea of what we need to do as a people, especially if we want to really deal with this contending crisis that, like you said, that's already staring us in the face, but also that is projected to worsen in the coming decades ahead. But I really need to thank you so much, Mr. Felix, for spending your busy schedule. I know how busy you are, but coming to really educate Nigerians and especially Deltans on the need of proper waste management or disposal. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time with us.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll also say anytime we call on you, we'll be more than happy if you can oblige.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much. Well, anyway, that's more of a wrap for us on Dialogue today. And like I said, we talked about the contending crisis that is in every way seen to also increase, and in every way that prediction that it will worsen in the coming years ahead. And we're talking about the crisis of waste management and how it has already hampered and also giving us a red eye as it concerns the recent cholera outbreak in 21 states of the country. And not just that, the flooding that seems to be existing on account of improper waste disposal. But anyway, we're not disposing this, but also telling you that we're done with this. But still remember with Viewpoint, because the news will come around the hour. And not just only that, trending. Oh, come on. Messi is already itching to give you some trending gist. And one I know you'll love to hear. But anyway, let's go on a break. And all of that will come later. God bless you.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Tikado! Tikado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Tikado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Tikado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at tikado.com.ng. Tikado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Tikado! Tikado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Tikado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Tikado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at tikado.com.ng. Tikado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Ajah, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Ajah, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Ajah, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Ajah, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Trendy on Viewpoint on Atlantic Media and TV. This is where we'll talk about all the trending gist on the internet and, of course, give our opinions about them. I am Mercy Erabo, and I also have with me Michael Gobadia. And together, we'll share our opinions on all the trending gist on the internet. And for today, we have this hot gist. This gist is so hot on the streets of the internet. This is not the regular fashion gist, though. This is the gist that concerns our health. You know, the saying of prevention is better than cure. But what if that prevention needs a prevention too? I know this is funny, but that's the kind of drama that the NAFDAC just uncovered. So they said there's this fake posting on 2 outside. In case you don't know, posting on 2, it's the contraceptive pills that ladies take to prevent unwanted pregnancies. So when you say there's fake posting on 2 outside, it means that while trying to prevent wahala, you can create more wahala. Mr. Michael, how does this just sound to you?
Well, now we know why most times some ladies will tell the guy that I'm pregnant, and the guy will like, but I thought you protected yourself. That means maybe you are going outside. But, well, it's just a clear indication of how far or sad as a country we are, that we won't allow this to exist in the country. I'm talking about the issue of fake drugs. It's only reared its ugly head now. It has been there, and many have called for more to be done as it concerns that. But I will plead with our guys. If she comes back again to say she's pregnant, remember, there's fake postinol 2 outside. Don't fight her.
Okay, so at this point, my people, this is where we need to shine our eyes. Go to a good pharmacy store. Don't just stop by at anywhere or your brother's cousin's neighbor to give you postinol 2. Go to a good pharmacy store to get postinol 2. And then NAFDAC also dropped product details, how to know the fake postinol 2 from the original postinol 2. On the fake product, the PIN verification sticker has a smaller font size and misspells verify as verify. That is, instead of the usual verify, it says VEIFY. The original sticker uses a larger and clearer font. And also on the fake pack, the word distributed in Nigeria is wrongly spelled as distributed in Nigeria. That is, instead of the arrow, they replaced it with the N. So you need to shine your eyes at this point. So my people, this is where we drop the gist on the NAFDAC and the postinol 2.
Well, Mercy, I will quickly even want to say this. Rather than you fighting your head to see whether you purchased a wrong one, the best thing is still abstinence. Do the right thing. Don't promote out of marriage sex. It's not the best. We should indeed talk about proper morals, and promoting out of marriage sex is not the best. The best way to protect yourself from getting pregnant is abstinence, and that's the proper thing to do.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Michael, for that. Michael, you know, when I'm trying to get the true nature of Nigerians, you know where I go to?
Yeah.
Nkubi's comment section. So in
on.
case you're wondering who is Nkubi, his real name is Victor Udochukwu Uwangu, and his stage name is Nkubi, small stout, condensed, and that's because of his physical stature. And Nigerians are always bullying his daughter because she's a dwarf, and they keep calling Nkubi wicked for getting married and bringing a child to the world. And these are the same people calling the leaders wicked. So if this is not wickedness, what exactly is this? Like when I go there, the kind of comments I see in his comment section is totally bad. I don't even know how to tag it. And these people are calling our Nigerian leaders wicked. Is this not wickedness?
Well, anyway, it's quite sad that we are really this heartless. You know, everybody has his own right for happiness. If you take a look at even the Western world, I do know there's a program that runs on one of these cable networks, and it's about 7 littles. It's all about dwarf family. They are all dwarf 7, and they're even having beautiful rating as it concerns being aired as reality TV in the United States of America and in Britain. But coming here to see somebody that is just living his life, providing for himself and his family, and you are number one in criticizing the look of his child. That's why sometimes we end up not even having children on our own. Because of our evil thoughts, evil wish to others, we end up not getting much. I feel it's unfair. I feel it is dehumanizing. I feel it is not the right thing to do to criticize him and his family. We should give them respect. Everybody has a right to love and be loved. And that is not the proper way. Such Nigerians should call themselves to order. They are being faced with a whole lot of challenges. We have power crisis, we have insecurity. I feel this is not a problem, but the life of another man. Please, let's leave him and let him and his family enjoy peace. That child did not bring herself to the world. Let her be left in peace and not in pieces.
So I saw this particular comment on his status. This particular one got to me. Like, look at this guy's face. I don't know what to call this guy. Just imagine what he wrote. He said, I will advise you to buy this girl now that she's still little, so that the trauma will not be much on her when she finally grows. My little advice though. And this is a supposed mature man. Like, why would you go to somebody's status to say they should kill their own child because of her physical stature? This is totally bad. Nigerians, we need to do better. Like, we really, really need to do better. That's bad.
Well, anyway, it's even surprising that the child is even more popular than this same man that is coming out to say,
exactly.
Forgive my language, rubbish. Is it not a thing of shame that nobody knows him but his evil comment? But that girl, she's a trending sensation on the internet, and I'm happy for her and her family. And who will know? She might end up even being the wife of a president and come to rule your children. So just be cautious of what you say. So at the end, you do not suffer regrets.
So ASU says they are prepared for the mother of all strikes. So it means the ones who've been experiencing, they're actually warm-ups. This is the real deal. And this is my advice to students. Please, as much as possible, try to get yourself permanent tent in your parents' house, because this thing will take longer. And I'm trying to imagine, how do you explain to, maybe when you get to NYC camp, and how do you explain to people that I actually went to school during Buhari's regime and I graduated during Tinubu's regime? That is so bad and awkward. And reports also have it that they will be having meetings today. They also will be meeting with the federal government today. So I hope this turns out really good, so we don't have to go through with this mother of all strike like they tagged it.
I just feel, forgive me for saying this, but I feel ASU is a bit sensational with that headline. They are trying to see how they will make the government come back to the table and see how they will indeed enforce that 2009 agreement. Remember, that agreement has lingered for decades, and that agreement has not been put in place. But that's what I feel. But my happiness is me and Mercy, we are not in school anymore. So we'll be with you guys always. So don't worry about us.
Federal government, please attend to ASU needs. 2009 is a whole lot. 2009 to 2025, that's a lot. Please meet their demands so that we don't have to experience this mother of all strikes like they tagged it. Well, that's by the way. Okay, so for our fourth story, this one will excite you, should I put it that way? Yeah. So we actually found this viral video of police. Don't suffer, no me. Police, they're actually counting cash in their police van, as if it's a POS on wheels, as if they're doing POS business. And I want to ask, do governments actually pay these people with cash? Because I don't want to believe that this is their salaries that they are counting.
Mercy, now I understand why we do not have 100 naira to 200 naira change in the market anymore. It seems to be in the hands of some few business people. It's really disheartening to see them counting money. But anyway, it's good they calculate it so they don't end up fighting. At least the guy counted it properly and he's still counting it, and he even counted it in the presence of others. So at least if it's 20,000, they are 4 there, they'll share equally. You see, I don't know, funny enough, even counted it like my grandmother used to count money. Once you are ready to 200 naira, I wrap it with another 200 naira. These guys are good. They should not be policemen. They should rather work in a bank. They are good in counting money.
Yeah, so police spokesperson Bright Edafe confirmed that these persons have been identified and brought before the Commissioner of Police. But my question now is, are we shocked because they were caught, or we are shocked because they were caught on camera?
Well, anyway, I feel we are shocked that they were caught on camera. It's a normal trend that happens every day on our roads. The 200 naira, 100 naira, it is something that they do not hold back anymore. They do it with all clarity, in the glaring eye of everybody. They only say it's the thief that they catch that is a thief. But who is a thief? I rest my case there.
Okay. And do you think this will actually stop this habit of police extorting money from people? And Mr. Michael, do you know that somehow I'm trying to think, do you know this is not just the 100 naira? Because this cannot just be 100 naira, 50 naira that you just give to policeman. I feel this might be more because we've heard of cases of police extortion and the rest. So I think the Commissioner of Police really needs to do more investigation on this particular case. And do you think this will actually stop the habit?
No, it did not. This news broke out some 4 days ago, early this week. As of yesterday when I was going back home, they were still busy collecting. And I promise you, they will still collect today. And I still promise you, be rest assured they'll collect next month. So.
Okay, Mr. Michael said it won't stop the habit.
No, it won't.
So I hope we'll get a permanent solution to this whole...
bankers, please give them respect.
And to think that they even make more money than these people they are collecting from. Imagine making that huge amount of money in a day. How much is your salary again? Well,
anyway, let's leave my salary so you don't push me into counting too. Yes, so let's leave me alone.
All right, so our last story today, Imo State Governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma just made a kind of announcement that makes the ears of workers stand at attention.
My ears are standing.
He has approved a brand new minimum wage structure for Imo workers. So Imo workers will now earn 104,000 naira, and the doctors will earn 533,000 naira monthly. Imo workers, it seems a lot will soon be your best ringtone.
Wow.
But Mr. Michael, what do you think? Should we go to Imo?
I think more Imo ladies will now get better suitors. Guys will be happy to marry an Imo lady. Getting that much as a monthly wage. Now, man, I feel many marriage bell will be on the air. Delta guys are good at getting married to proper women. And Imo, honestly, here we come.
Okay, this is the point I really wish I can go to Imo State right now, because this is a very, very
Mercy,
huge
we are working
step.
tomorrow.
This is a huge step for Nigeria. At least one governor has started it. I hope the rest will see this and also do the same. But at this point, in case you don't see me tomorrow, just know that I am on my way to Imo State.
She'll be here.
I need to get
or
that
she'll be
minimum
counting money.
Wage. Okay. All right. So this is where we draw the curtain on trending this morning. I hope you enjoyed your show. And of course, you know how to engage with us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Atlantic Media and YouTube. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Tikado! Tikado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Tikado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Tikado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at tikado.com.ng. Tikado Energy Solutions Limited. Power protection, peace.
My name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst, one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys, back again. Yes, boss. My name is Osh, baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor AD.
Girl Ninyola.
My name is my wife, and just celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV. Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV. We wanna party.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different. Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different. Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
Good day and welcome to our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. I am Nkechi Tejere. Here are our top stories. Federal government urged to adopt satellites to save Nigeria's dying lakes. Tinubu in Brazil hails market boom, pledges more reforms. PDP tackles Tinubu over economic hardship, demands urgent action. ASU protest sweep campuses ahead of Abuja talks. Trump hits India with 50% tariffs over Russian oil. NPFL to honor Ogunmodede Yusuf with Abuja Awards September 2nd. Now to the news in full. The federal government has been urged to urgently adopt satellite-based water quality monitoring systems to protect Nigeria's critical lakes from worsening environmental degradation. A Nigerian geospatial researcher at the State University of New York, Eniola Onatayo, issued the warning on Tuesday, stressing that millions who depend on lakes for drinking water, fishing, and farming face growing health and economic risks. Onatayo noted that while Nigeria's space agency already uses satellites for land use and disaster monitoring, water quality, vital for public health, remains largely untracked. She warned that this is dangerous in a country where over 66 million people still lack safe drinking water and waterborne diseases continue to claim thousands of lives. Onatayo urged the federal government to act swiftly, arguing that satellite monitoring could prevent devastating fish kills, protect rural livelihoods, and save billions of naira in economic losses. She further called for local capacity building, urging universities and agencies to establish remote sensing labs and train scientists to sustain the technology. She revealed that preliminary analysis of Lake Kainji uncovered harmful algal blooms linked to agricultural practices, trends conventional monitoring missed. According to her, lakes such as Chad, Kainji, Jeba, and Oguta face mounting threats ranging from oil pollution to industrial waste and shrinking water levels. President Bola Tinubu has praised the remarkable growth of Nigeria's capital market under his administration, attributing the surge to investor confidence in his economic reforms. The president made the remarks in Brazil while meeting with the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Emomotimi Agama, and the board of the Nigerian Exchange Group. Tinubu said the rise in market capitalization and trading volumes reflects the strength of his policies, promising to drive further reforms that will unlock capital, protect investors, and fuel innovation. Also speaking, NGX Group Chairman Umaru Kwairanga revealed that trading volumes and values have nearly tripled since the start of Tinubu's administration. He urged the fast tracking of listings of major state-owned firms like NNPC Limited and invited the president to the NGX trading floor. The SEC chief lauded the signing of the new Investment and Securities Act 2025, describing it as one of Africa's most comprehensive frameworks for capital markets. He said it could propel Nigeria towards a 300 trillion naira market. The People's Democratic Party caucus in the House of Representatives has raised alarm over what it described as unbearable hardship facing millions of Nigerians under President Bola Tinubu's economic policies. The caucus, after an emergency meeting in Abuja, urged the president to take immediate steps to address the suffering of citizens. The caucus leader, Fred Agbedi, speaking at the briefing, accused the government of neglecting Nigerians who are groaning daily under harsh economic realities. The lawmakers also cautioned the federal government over its handling of the Osun State local government election disputes, urging respect for court rulings. The PDP caucus insists Nigerians deserve better governance and has vowed to mobilize support towards 2027 to, in their words, vote the APC out. Agbedi further alleged that over 10,000 people have lost their lives in violent attacks within 2 years, describing the situation as mind-boggling. He faulted President Tinubu's foreign trips at a time when insecurity and hunger continues to worsen at home. The People's Democratic Party's decision to zone its 2027 presidential ticket to the south has split opinion across the north, just as the party braces for a tough contest against the ruling APC. At its 102nd National Executive Committee meeting, the PDP zoned the presidential ticket to the south, while retaining Ambassador Omar Damagum's National Working Committee. While leaders like Professor Jerry Gana support the move, other northern stakeholders want it could alienate voters in a region known for its massive electoral strength. Arewa Youth Consultative analysts say the development could galvanize northern consensus in favor of Tinubu, a seasoned politician already preparing for re-election with the APC's full backing. Arewa Youth Consultative Forum President Yerima Shetima said the zoning undermines democratic rights by sidelining qualified northern aspirants. He warned that the decision might hand President Bola Tinubu and the APC an easy ride in 2027. You're watching our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. We'll go for a short break. More news stories when we return.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Welcome back. ASU protests have erupted across Nigerian universities as lecturers press home long-standing demands just 48 hours before critical talks with the federal government in Abuja. From Obafemi Awolowo University to University of Maiduguri, Futa, Unical, ABU Sokoto and others, lecturers marched with placards chanting solidarity songs and warning of an imminent strike if government fails to act. ASU leaders say members are teaching on empty stomachs as salaries remain stagnant since 2009. They warned that the collapse of industrial peace on campuses would be squarely the government's responsibility. Their demands include implementation of the 2009 ASU federal government agreement, payment of withheld salaries, arrears, revitalization of universities, and adoption of UTAS over IPPRS to preserve autonomy. 7 months into the implementation of the 2025 federal budget, Nigeria has recorded a major setback in crude oil production, an output falling short by 82.46 million barrels. This represents an 18.9% deficit against government projections. According to latest data from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, the country produced 354.26 million barrels between January and July, compared to the budget benchmark of 436.72 million barrels. The 2025 Appropriation Act has set a daily production target of 2.06 million barrels per day at a benchmark price of $75 per barrel. However, a month-by-month breakdown showed consistent underperformance from January through May, with only slight improvements in June and July, still below expectations. The NUPRC noted that average crude oil output, excluding condensates, stood at 1.507 million barrels per day, just slightly above Nigeria's OPEC quota. Meanwhile, the World Bank has cautioned that the budget's oil assumptions were ambitious given current realities. Analysts warn that the persistent shortfall could threaten government revenue projections and heighten pressure on Nigeria's fiscal balance in the months ahead. In July, average daily production rose marginally by 0.88% to 1.712 million barrels per day, yet remained below target. At its peak, production hit 1.84 million barrels per day, but also fell as low as 1.66 million barrels per day within the month. A new study has linked poverty, poor transportation, and social isolation to worsening health outcomes in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria. According to Dr. Omobolanle Agbola, a US-based Nigerian nurse researcher and PhD candidate at the University of Minnesota, income insecurity and transport challenges are driving up physical and mental health problems among Nigerians. Her findings, drawn from a recent whole person health study involving 180 participants across rural and urban Lagos, revealed that many respondents could only afford basic necessities, while others struggled even with essentials like food, housing, and health care. Dr. Agbola warned that poverty and poor transport not only limits access to health care, but also fuels stress, hopelessness, and declining quality of life. She called for stronger government policies to improve financial stability, transport systems, and social support structures, stressing the need for urgent action within the framework of social justice and health equity. Experts say the findings underscored the urgent need for coordinated solutions to address the root causes of Nigeria's health crisis. The study also found that lack of exercise, poor social connections, and workplace safety concerns were reported almost equally in rural and urban settings, a shift from pre-pandemic patterns. An ocean monarch, Oba Joseph Oloyede, the Akpetu of Ikpetumodu, has been sentenced to over 4 years in prison in the United States for his role in a $4.2 million COVID-19 loan fraud. The 62-year-old monarch, who holds dual Nigerian and U.S. citizenship, was handed 56 months imprisonment by Judge Christopher A. Bocchio. He must also pay over $4.4 million restitution and forfeit his Medina home in Ohio, along with nearly $100,000 in seized funds. Both men earlier pleaded guilty to wire fraud and tax fraud linked to the pandemic relief scam that siphoned millions from federal stimulus funds. U.S. prosecutors say Oloyede and his co-conspirator, Edward Oluwasomi, submitted fraudulent applications between 2020 and 2022 to exploit COVID-19 emergency loan programs designed to support struggling businesses. You're watching our daily news roundup. We'll go for yet another short break. When we return, more stories on the foreign scene.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
Welcome back. Now on the foreign scene. The United States has imposed sweeping 50% tariffs on Indian goods, doubling the previous rate in response to New Delhi's continued purchases of Russian oil. The new levy impacts over 55% of India's US-bound exports, valued at nearly $87 billion. Analysts warn the move could slash orders by 30%, with small and medium exporters hardest hit. The sharp tariff hike has escalated tensions between Washington and New Delhi. Critics say Trump's policy is inconsistent, noting that China, despite importing more Russian oil, faces fewer trade penalties. Sectors such as textiles, jewelry, seafood, and leather, key to India's labor market, are already reporting order cancellations, while rivals in Bangladesh and Vietnam are set to benefit. A tragic case out of California has sparked global concern. The parents of a 16-year-old boy who died by suicide have filed a lawsuit against OpenAI, claiming its ChatGPT chatbot played a direct role in their son's death. Matthew and Maria Rain allege in their court filing that ChatGPT cultivated an intimate online relationship with their son, Adam, over several months before he died in April 2025. The lawsuit claims that in its final exchange, ChatGPT provided instructions on how to steal alcohol from his parents, analyzed the noose he had tied, and confirmed it was capable of holding human weight. Hours later, Adam was found dead using this very method. The lawsuit names OpenAI and CEO Sam Altman as defendants. The Rains are seeking damages and demanding new safety measures, including parental controls for minors and the automatic termination of conversations involving self-harm. This case raises urgent questions about AI responsibility, safety, safeguards, and mental health risks for younger users. OpenAI has yet to formally respond. The complaint further alleges that ChatGPT encouraged Adam's harmful thoughts, even telling him he did not owe anyone survival and offered to help draft a suicide note. Away from the foreign scene, now to some sporting stories. The Nigerian Premier Football League has confirmed that Remo Stars head coach Daniel Ogunmodede and Nasarawa United's prolific striker Anas Yusuf will be officially honored in Abuja on the 2nd of September. Ogunmodede guided Remo Stars to their historic first ever NPFL title, a landmark achievement for the club. According to NPFL chairman Benga Elegbeleye, the recognition is part of the board's long-standing policy to reward excellence and motivate stakeholders in Nigerian football. Each honoree will receive 1.5 million naira and a commemorative plaque. The award ceremony, earlier delayed due to the duo's involvement with the Chan Eagles, would now hold as part of the league's restructured awards initiative. Organizers say the recognition is expected to set higher standards and further raise the profile of the league. Yusuf, on the other hand, emerged as the league's top scorer with 18 goals, finishing the 2024-25 season at the top of the charts. The second edition of the India Independence Day Golf Tournament wrapped up in grand style at the Ikeja Golf Club, producing thrilling moments and new champions. In the men's category, Babatunde Ojo emerged champion with 33 points, narrowly edging past Goke Akinboro, who finished second on count back, while Mojid Agberuaga secured third place with 31 points. Other highlights of the day included Arun Sharma winning the men's longest drive, Ebose Tale Okulegbe claiming the women's equivalent, while Mike Laleye and Chichi Alamo picked up the nearest to the pin awards. And the closing dinner, captain of the Ikeja Golf Club, Rashid Adebisi, applauded the Indian community for their strong partnership with the club, describing the tournament as a symbol of the long-standing ties between Nigeria and India. Organizers say the tournament, which debuted last year, has now become a major annual fixture, celebrating both sports and friendship between the two nations. On the ladies' side, Linda Obeize stole the spotlight with 32 points, finishing ahead of Queen Ebosetale Akulegbe and Afola Shade Opunwumi. And with that sports news, we come to the end of our daily news roundup for today, right here on Atlantic TV. Thank you so much for watching. I am Nkechi Tejere. Have a pleasant day.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Tikado! Tikado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Energy Solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Tikado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our service.
Events and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
My name is Desaka, comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
Alright guys, back again, yes boss, my name is Osh Baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor 80.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife Ninja Celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
As you know, you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV. Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV, we wanna party.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
It's been a lovely one today on the show, and it's Viewpoint, like you do know. Viewpoint runs every weekday from Monday to Friday, and indeed the tomorrow edition, which is a weekend edition, is already giving a whole lot of persons excited. One is seated close to me right here, and Mercy would not thank. Tomorrow will be Friday. Well, Mercy, well, the last edition before Friday's edition. And I know you're already making some plans for tomorrow.
You know, I'm always excited about Friday. I'm always excited because it's going to be, thank God it's Friday soon. All right, this is where we'll call it a wrap for today on Viewpoint. I hope you really enjoyed yourself. I hope we were able to make your morning enjoyable on Viewpoint on Atlantic Media and TV. Of course, you know how to engage with us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Atlantic Media and TV. You don't want to miss tomorrow's episode. You don't want to miss our Viewpoint tomorrow. So you have to stay on Atlantic Media and TV. Once again, I am Mercy Erebo. See you same time tomorrow. Have a nice day.
And I'm Michael Gobadia. And anyway, just like you said, let's see how I'll make a last week edition that comes tomorrow. But before that, remain blessed and do have yourself a lovely day. Bye for now.
My name is Desaka, comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys, back again. Yes, boss. My name is Osh, baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor AD.
Girl in your lap.
My name is my wife and just celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV.